Let's get the stream up and running. There we go. I should be live. Seems like I am. Come on, Dragon Age. There we go. More dragons, more aging. Time to go do all those side character personal buddy quests that we spent like 3 hours picking up on Friday. Connecting to the Dragon Age servers, you know, for all of that online content I'm definitely going to engage with today on stream. Okay. I think we need to start working through some of these side quests. Unlock the final door, that needs us to do more of the Ocularium stuff. Research supplies, shards. Okay, we're good there. We're good in Valeroyo. Supply caches, Fade Rifts, we're good there. Which of these places have things that are actually plot related for us to do? No. Acquire the services of an arcanist. I believe this is actually progressing the plot. I think we're doing the stuff over here. Experience completed. Demands of the Qun. The Ben Hassarath have offered an alliance with the Inquisition. A company Bolin is charged to meet with their contact in the Storm Coast. Yeah, I am up for doing that today. Dark spawn tunnels. Where's this? Demands of the Qun is there, so we could. Oh yeah, we can start from the Hessarian camp. Okay, yeah, we can bring our usual squad and it'll be fine today. Hey, Artisynth, how you doing today? Hey, Tara. I wonder how Laura is going to do this quest. I wonder. Look, I know how I normally do it, but I'm doing this playthrough on stream and I am following vibes. I'm taking vibes.
All right.
I'm not. He's the ideal optimal pathing this. I'm just following vibes.
He is. Good to see you again, Hisrad. Gat! Last I heard, you were still in Saharan. They finally decided I'd calmed down enough to go back into the world. Boss, this is Gat. We work
together. Of note, we are playing as Canary this playthrough.
To meet you, Inquisitor. Hisrad's reports say you're doing good work.
And I'm hoping to romance Iron Bull, which might impact some of my otherwise clear and rational decision making.
Iron Bull's name is Hisrad?
Under the Qun, we use titles, not names. My title was Hisrad, because I was assigned to secret work. You can translate it as Keeper of Illusions, or... Liar. It means liar. Well, you don't have to say it like that.
Yes, it's super interesting. Canary names are typically, like, translatable into titles, as has been pointed out there. I have seen attempts that people have been making to translate Tash's name from Veilguard that I think is super interesting. I love the idea of trying to go, what can I learn about this character from trying to translate their name based on bits of translation that exist in other Dragon Age media, to try and work out what their title might be.
I look forward to working together.
Hopefully this will help both our peoples. Tevinter is dangerous enough without the influence of this Venatori cult. If this new form of lyrium helps them seize power in Tevinter, the war with Kunandar could get worse. With this stuff, the Vince could make their slaves into an army of magical
I don't
freaks.
think anything's been
We could
publicly
lose
said
the
about
Harem
whether
and
Tosh
see a giant
is
Tevinter
or
army
is not
come marching back
from the
down
Qun.
here.
The Ben Hasrath agree. That's why we're here. Our dreadnought is safely out of view and out of range of any Venatori mages on shore. We'll need to eliminate the Venatori, then signal the dreadnought so it can come in and take out the smuggler ship.
Yeah, we know that Tosh is a dragon hunter, and I've seen some people who have tried to translate Tosh into possibly meaning something to do with dragon. And what it translates to as it relates to dragon. Everyone can seem to agree dragon is probably part of it, but I've seen a lot of argument about what the other half would be, and people seem pretty convinced that the word for dragon is in there, but I don't think we officially know anything about their status as it relates to the Qun. The BT says, insert funny introduction relevant to the stream in question. Insert witty response. You can play at that game. I'm doing okay today. I'm sleepy, if I'm honest. It's been... I spent today writing the Access Ability episode about Astrobot that's going up later this week. I don't know if I can say time, but I believe I can say it's going up on Thursday the 5th, so it's going up a day before the game comes out. I've been cracking on to get that review done, and it's a lengthier review. I think the audio file I sent to Jane was over 20 minutes long for the recording. I don't know how much that will trim down based on cutting out my flubbed sentences, but I've been trying to get that done for today.
There might be Venatori mages on the ship as well. If the dreadnought can't handle them...
It's unlikely there'll be more than 2 or 3 mages on the ship, and they'll be dead by the 3rd shot. On land, though, a half-dozen Venatori attacking the dreadnought from cover could do some serious damage.
If it's dangerous for the dreadnought close to shore, why not attack when the smugglers reach open water?
Any decent smuggling ship can outrun a dreadnought on open water. We need to catch them close to shore.
I mean, you seem to have a strategy,
I could
sir.
have crushed any Venatori resistance with the Inquisition's main forces. Why not use them?
Because then the Venatori would have seen you coming and run. They'd schedule a new shipment for later, and our spies might not know when or where. This is risky, yes, but it's our best chance to destroy the shipping operation permanently.
In a game that has a lot of fantasy characters, this man might have the most elven face of any man I've seen in this game.
What do you think, Bull?
Don't know. I've never liked covering a dreadnought run. Too many ways for crap to go wrong. If our scouts underestimate enemy numbers, we're dead. If we can't lock down the Venatori mages, the ship is dead. It's risky.
Riskier than letting Red Lyrium into Minrathos?
No choice about it.
Hold up our
We're
end of
doing
this
it.
bargain, then.
My agent suggested 2 possible locations the Venatori may be camped to guard the shore. There, and there. We'll need to split up and hit both at once.
I'll come with you, boss. Krem can lead the charges. Let me fill him in. Come by when you're ready to move.
Time for big fights. Many fights.
Just waiting on you and Hisrad, or Iron Bull, I guess.
You knew Iron Bull back when he fought in Sahara.
Yes, he led the group that freed me.
He
I
turned
was a Magister's slave, and when the Magister went to Sahara,
dialogue
he
up
brought
a
me
bit.
along. For company. Iron Bull and his men attacked my master's ship and killed him, as well as his soldiers. Bull set me free.
And you decided to start following the Qun after that.
What do you think? I just watched a giant horned warrior kill the Magister who hurt me.
You never told me about this.
One of the few things he hasn't shared with you, I gather. Sure, Bull. Share the secret Ben Hasrath reports, but keep that bit where you save the elf boy to yourself.
Is Bull going to get in trouble for passing those reports on?
The Ben Hasrath aren't pleased with how forthcoming Bull has been, but he was one of their best agents. He kept the streets clean in Saharon longer than anyone before him or after. He fought until it nearly killed him. The Ben Hasrath trust him enough to accept how he joined the Inquisition, even if they don't like it. Besides, They hate to discard a tool that might still have some use left in it. That's why I have a job.
Sounds like following the Qun hasn't always been easy.
I had a temper. Bull's nickname for me, Gat, comes from Gatlock, the explosive power in Canary cannons. I was so angry when I was first freed. I wanted revenge. I wanted to find my family who was still enslaved in Minrathos. I thought about leaving when the Qun didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, but I didn't.
Why not?
The Canary were always ready to listen, to teach. They cared for me as much as one of their own. And if I leave, the parts of the Qun that I don't like are never going to change.
Look, it's admirable, but I do think it is ambitious to think that you can change any religion from the inside. I think you somewhat have to accept a religion is what it is. Like, be optimistic, sure, but, being like, I can't leave because if I leave I can't change it is... It's not a long-term recipe for success.
How did an elf end up working for the Kunari out here?
Ben Hasrath usually pick elves or humans to work outside of Kunandar. They're a little harder to spot. I've worked in Orlais and Navarra, but only for a few years now.
What did you do before?
When I was old enough, I fought to Vinter forces in
I'm
Sahara.
going through this
I
again
was
just
too angry
to
do
remind
much
myself in
else.
case there's anything
It took me
important
a
I need to
long
know
time
about this
accept
man.
the Qun, to get past justice, to purpose. Some days are still difficult.
No one's actually detailed how an alliance with the Kunari will help the Inquisition.
The answer to that is above my rank. But the Canary don't really bargain. They don't know how. I doubt you want Canary troops stomping around your stronghold, and you're too far away for supplies to be useful. You get more use out of our ships, I imagine, and the agents we've got spread across Thedas. We know a lot more than what Bull sees in those reports he's been forwarding to your spy master.
Do you have a minute to talk about the Qun?
I'm a spy, Inquisitor, not a teacher. I'm not interested in converting anyone.
So
who
many
debates
characters
in
talk to me as if I'm
But I
not
suppose it would
Canary.
make for an interesting
I
report
know,
to hear
like, not under the
Inquisitor's
Qun,
opinion of
but...
the Qun.
The number that sort of talk around as if, like, hello, I don't have big horns on my head.
To be honest, I don't really understand enough of the Qun to judge it.
I think you have to be raised under the Qun for it ever to make sense. The people who join as adults either end up unhappy or, well, for many, it's just a kind of form of slavery. I like the simplicity. I like knowing my place and knowing that it's the right place. Other parts I've struggled with myself.
Okay, there we go. You are done. I'm going to turn that volume back down before the fights absolutely drown out any attempt at talking.
Once
Bull.
they're down, send up your signal. That'll let the Dreadnought know it's safe to come in.
Understood, Chief.
Remember, you're gonna want a volley to start, but don't get suckered into fighting at range. They've got mages.
It's all right. We've got a mage of our own.
I'm not a mage.
Get in close and take their enchanter down before
I'm
he
not
takes
a
over the battlefield.
mage.
He'll be dead before he knows it.
Just pay attention, all right? The Vince want this red lyrium shipment bad.
Yes, I know. Thanks, Mother.
Kunari don't have mothers, remember?
We'll be fine, Chief.
All right, Chargers. Horns up!
Horns up!
Ready whenever you are, boss.
Lads.
I'm ready to head out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right. Chargers, hit 'em hard and hit 'em fast. When this is over,
Oh.
drinks are on me.
You got it, Chief. Charges! Double time! Let's move!
Okay, so we are heading here, this
Gave your
way.
charges the easier target.
You think?
Lower and farther from the smuggler's ship, it's much less likely to be heavily defended.
Suppose we'll do the heavy lifting then. Just like old times.
Yes, and I'm sure we can definitely trust you. Character that Bull has never brought up previously. Very trustworthy. There's an invisible wall here. Am I not allowed to... Am I not allowed to go that way? I have to go up and around. Can I... Yeah, I see where you're sending me. Just let me go, you know, straight as the crow flies.
Be careful. My agent said to expect opposition ahead of the main camp.
We've all done this a few times, Gat.
You've been living outside the Kyun for years now, Iron Bull. Just wanted to make sure your reflexes hadn't gotten as soft as the rest of you.
Ouch.
You wanted me to come fight these fuckers, did you? I'm definitely playing a mage with Belgard. Don't have cool elemental stuff. I've had my fun just swinging a heavy metal stick around. I want all my cool magics back.
You're carrying a staff. Are you from a chantry circle?
No, and I would prefer not to discuss it.
Have I done something to offend you?
You joined the Kyun
After they rescued me from slavery.
and put you into something worse. A slave may always struggle for freedom, but you among the Kyun have been taught not to think.
Solace, not the time.
Ah, I love all these invisible walls. They're the best. I love there being only one correct way to go where I'm going. Hey, AJ! It's going well. I spent today working on a very lengthy accessibility episode script. Starting doing a book review tomorrow. I'm reviewing an LGBT, specifically a trans-focused book. The first time in a while actually definitely the first time since getting glasses and being medicated for ADHD, I'm going to be sitting and reading a book. That'll be fun for me. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Oh, yeah, Signal Dreadnought.
We're clear, Gat.
Right. Signaling the Dreadnought.
Chargers already sent theirs up. See them down there?
I knew you gave them the easier job.
There's the Dreadnought.
Humble loves his crew.
That
It wants him to be
brings back
safe.
memories. Nice one. Crap.
They've still got time to fall back if you signal them now.
Yeah,
Your men need to hold that position, Bull.
they do that. They're dead.
And if they don't, the Venatori retake it and the Dreadnought is dead. You'd be throwing away an alliance between the Inquisition and the Canary. You'd be declaring yourself Talvashoth. With all you've given the Inquisition, half the Ben Hasra think you've betrayed us already. I stood up for you, Hisrad. I told them you would never become Talvashoth.
They're my men.
I know, but you need to do what's right, Hisrad. For this alliance, and for the Kyun.
Andy H, I haven't played the new Gundam Breaker, but I have it downloaded. It is on my list of stuff I want to check out when I have some free time. But anyway, let's talk about this choice. So, last time we had a big narrative choice was, hey, who do we leave behind in the Fade? Do we leave Hawk? Do we leave Hawk, or do we leave the person that could lead the Wardens for us? And in that one, I made, like, the emotional gut punch choice of leaving Hawk behind, the choice that was for the betterment of the Inquisition having a better chance, better resources, you know. But I am not going to let them kill the only confirmed trans character in this game. I am not going to let them... I'm not going to sacrifice trans character for nebulous Inquisition resources. And here's my thinking. And I'll get to your comment in a second, Dark Steel. Here's my thinking about this choice. It's gonna be a hard emotional journey for Iron Bull to be like, I'm Talva Shoth now. I'm not considered part of the Qun. I have not done what the Qun would wish of me. That's gonna be a hard journey, but it's not gonna be nearly as hard, I think, as the journey of my men who, like, I built this bond with, who grew to trust me implicitly, who I told to be there, are going to, like, died because of my choice and because I sacrificed them for some higher-up thing. And I think him being Talva Shoth, like, if the two of us are going to end up being in a relationship, I want to pursue him romantically in this playthrough. I think, hey, you're Talva Shoth, I am too, we are in that together, I think is a bond that is a positive for these two. You know, feel free to, you know, if anyone has any thoughts of anything you think I'm overlooking, or that you would go, I disagree with that, with your reasoning, let me know. But that's sort of where I'm thinking. Laura, do you know what the long-term effects of letting Krem die, what happens in the Trespasser DLC? I do not remember, if I'm honest. I do not remember what choices are impacted by what stuff specifically. Feel free to message in chat. I am happy to be reminded. It's been a while. While we look at this, yeah, that makes sense. I assumed that's what you were getting at. I wasn't sure if there was anything else. Yeah, that makes sense. The utilitarian answer is the Dreadnought, as you're saving more lives. You're correct. And look, again, I made the utilitarian answer with leaving Hawk behind in the Fade. Here's how I will respond to this. The trolley problem always becomes infinitely more complicated when you know the person or one of the people on the side of the trolley, on the side of the equation, that is like, yeah, fewer people will die, but they're people I know. And humans are flawed, and I'm not saying it's the morally correct maths to make, but I don't think Iron Bull would forgive me for not making that equation. But yeah, sorry, to read Darksteel's post, I started wearing glasses regularly almost a decade ago. Previously, I'd only worn them while driving like required, but then one day I got something in my eye and had to go to the doctor to take it out. I was amazed by how much better my eyesight was by wearing them. It's like night and day. It's wild rewatching films and replaying games and seeing details I'd never noticed before. I'm amazed at hey, Patrick Silent, welcome to Poland. Yeah, I'm amazed at how many fewer headaches I'm getting. That's been the big one. Not getting just random headaches when focusing on stuff in the foreground. That's been pretty wild. As someone who's been wearing glasses since I was 10 and short-sighted and basically useless without them, hearing like stories like these is a little funny. The BT says, translites require priority because we get the short end of the stick. Exactly. Look, I'm not making the maths of these lives matter to Iron Bull, and Iron Bull should get to save the people he cares about. I'm doing the maths of, as far as we can confirm, there's only one trans character in all of Dragon Age Inquisition that we know exists. Krem might be the only trans person in Thedas at this moment. I don't believe that is the case. I imagine there's, you know, Thedas has a similarly sized trans population to modern day Earth, but we don't know that for sure. For all we know, might just be Krem. We've got to save the only trans person in Thedas. That's my reasoning.
Call the retreat.
Don't!
They are falling back.
All these years, Hisrad, and you throw away all that you are. For what? For this? For them?
His name is Iron Bull.
I suppose it is.
Oh. We are going to have some really fucking interesting conversations with Iron Bull now.
Get out of range. Won't be long now.
Bull, when the dreadnought sinks.
Sinks. Canary dreadnoughts don't sink. Come on. Let's get back to my boys.
Here's the thing. I would love to have like a real world conversation with Iron Bull after all this, because I think there's a really interesting conversation to be had about still following your religious faith and still believing the things you believe religiously,
Inquisitor,
even
it
if
is my duty to inform you
the
that there will be
religion
no
rejects
alliance
you.
between our peoples. Nor will you be receiving any more Ben Hasrath reports from your Talvishoth ally.
You under orders to
Hey,
kill
Blind
me,
Combat,
Gat?
thank you very much for clicking
No.
that like button. It's very
The Ben
appreciated.
Hasrath have already lost one good man.
I'll tell you how I'm doing in a
They'd
sec.
rather not lose two.
When the game gives me a moment where I know there's no dialogue happening.
So much for that.
There we go. Yeah. Look, I'm no person to, like, preach this because I was not able to do it myself, but I do think there is merit to the conversation of just because your religion has rejected you, does that mean you should stop personally and privately believing and practicing that religion? And I say this as someone that, like, for me the answer was no, it just didn't make sense for me. But I'm like, Iron Bull, there's nothing to stop you continuing to practice the Kyun, even if they say you're no longer one of them, you know. But yes, the Blind Comment says, how am I doing? I'm doing alright. I finished writing my accessibility review for Astrobot today. That'll be going up on Thursday this week. It is being edited as we speak. It is a pretty in-depth review. I'm pretty happy with how the review turned out. I'm looking forward to being able to share it with people. Darksteel says, have you had a chance to play Concord? I can't believe Sony spent 8 years on this, on that crap. I never even heard of its existence until Steph's review. I did play it during beta. It's not my genre. I'm not a hero shooter person. I played enough of it to make an accessibility episode about it. I think it's doing some interesting accessibility stuff. I like the high contrast outlines around characters that you can turn on. I like how absolutely fucking huge you can make the in-game UI. There is some good stuff accessibility-wise it's going for it, but mechanically it's just not my genre, and I'm not the person to assess whether it's a good or a bad entry in that genre, because that genre just doesn't appeal to me, you know. Anyway,
I'm proud of you, Bull.
Thanks, boss. You're late.
Sorry, Chief. Still sore from fighting off all those vents. Good to see you, Inquisitor.
Blind Combat says, Concord UI is pretty good for me. The high contrast doesn't work for me, but it might help a lot of people. It works well for my use case. I would love if there was more of a traditional high contrast mode, like full block colors for the whole characters. I get why it's not there. I think that... How do I put this? Call of Duty has a really good high contrast mode, but only allows it to be used in single player, I think because the developers worry that allowing it in multiplayer would give a competitive advantage to people who use it, and therefore they don't allow it. I think Concord having those high contrast outlines is a compromise that I'm glad to see them making, because it feels like a step forward along in this conversation. It is a multiplayer game allowing some degree of high contrast outlining in multiplayer, and showing that that doesn't inherently break online multiplayer. I think that is an important step towards eventually us seeing some online multiplayer game take the plunge. Call of Duty's not just the outline. I believe it's full... Am I wrong? I thought it was full block color. It might... is it just outline? I've looked at too many games recently. Call of Duty high contrast. You might be right. Let me look at it. Call of Duty high... You're right, it is just the outline. Okay, no, it's not just the outlines. The outlines are particularly notably, like, bright high contrast. The entire character is color shaded. Not as brightly as the outline, but they are all color shaded. Okay, yeah. It was somewhere between our answers. The outlines were particularly notable, but they are full color blocked. But yes, I believe eventually we will get a multiplayer online shooter that will like go all in properly on high contrast mode while in online multiplayer, but I think Concord even doing the outlines is like a step more than we've seen most online multiplayer shooters willing to do. I'll take the wins. AJ says, got Astrobot pre-ordered, can't wait to play it, loved Astro's Playroom, can't wait for more. Can't talk about my thoughts on Astrobot yet, but I can say I'm reviewing it from the perspective of someone who absolutely loved Astro's Playroom. There are some accessibility barriers with Astro's Playroom. I talked about these during my PlayStation Access controller review. There are mandatory motion and mandatory touch swipe inputs in Astro's Playroom that cannot be done without a DualSense. But other than that, like, my big thing was I just want more of this. I think Astro's Playroom is cool. I want that but more. Tune in on Thursday to see what I think of Astrobot. Blind Combat says Star Wars Outlaws high contrast doesn't work for me as well. I haven't had a chance to see it. What kind of high contrast do they do? Ubisoft's been pretty decent about high contrast. Let's have a look. Star Wars Outlaws. I'll get back to the game in a second, I promise everyone. High contrast. Let's have a look at that high contrast. Shadows still affect characters, so it's hard for me to see. What was it? God of War Ragnarok, at least during the review period, did that, where if a character was in shadow, their high contrast was less high contrast. And I'm a big believer in no, don't do that. That's not best practice. I'm looking at Outlaws, it's high contrast. Are there no images of high contrast mode in Star Wars Outlaws? This is what I get for not doing a Star Wars Outlaws episode of accessibility. It means that there's no high contrast image from my video in the Google Images. Oh no, Blind Combat, it's all good. I'm interested in the chat. Also, hi Darkin. Right, let's continue. How are the Chargers? How they doing?
How did the Chargers come out of the fight?
Just fine. Thanks to you and the Chief, we had plenty of time to fall back. Chief's even breaking open a cask of chasing sackmead for the Chargers tonight.
Damn it, Krem. That's the kind of thing you don't have to mention to the Inquisitor.
No, I think
Sorry,
you
Chief.
do. I think you let the Inquisitor know.
Forget it. You're doing fine.
Ah. We'll quickly see if Cassandra's got anything to say.
It's good to see you.
Just because I'm here. No, okay. Let's go talk to Bull. I want to see how Bull's doing. Ooh, Blind Combat, that'd be fab. If you wanna link any pictures of that high contrast mode, I would very much appreciate it, because I know on paper Star Wars Outlaws is doing a bunch of really good stuff for accessibility. It's on paper it sounds like it's up there with like The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 in terms of like offering all the things you would hope on paper to see offered by a game accessibility wise. It's one I've not had the time to just give a look to. It happened right around Gamescom, and Gamescom is a hellish time of year for me, but Andy H says, will I need to know much about Inquisition before I play Dragon Age Veilguard? I don't know. My understanding is that Veilguard is going to open with like a, here's the story of Dragon Age so far, and like make some choices about the state of the world. Kind of like Mass Effect 2 on PlayStation did, because the first Mass Effect never came to PlayStation. I'm sure there will be videos that are like, here's everything so far in Dragon Age. I'm going to tell you, from what I can tell from publicly released material about the opening like half hour of Veilguard, the thing you will need to know. And I've not been very secretive about this in this playthrough. There's this elf guy called Solus in Inquisition. He's like, yeah, I'm just a little elf guy, don't worry about me. I'm strengthening the veil, don't worry about that. I'm strengthening the connection between worlds. I'm not doing anything nefarious. Yeah, he's actually an elven god, and he's trying to tear apart. He's like trying to tear a hole in the thing between the worlds, and that's quietly happening through Inquisition. And then in Veilguard, like, hey, I found a magic knife that can cut through worlds. There you go. That's you. That's, as best I can tell, that's you caught up to like the introduction to Veilguard. Blind Combat says Ubisoft vision-wise is always almost there. One cool thing I will say, well, just this is not a like accessibility feature of Outlaws, but just a fun fact that we learned on stream on Friday. Steve Saylor, blind accessibility consultant, is the voice of Jabba the Hutt in the English audio description track for Outlaws, because he speaks Huttese and that is subtitled. So if you need the audio description to read out the subtitles, Steve Saylor is Jabba the Hutt's English translation voice, and that's pretty cool. Terra, what? Solus is the Dreadwolf. Yeah, the game was going to be called Dreadwolf. Yeah. There's your little spoiler. Snivelly little Solus who keeps being like, I'm definitely strengthening the veil, is not strengthening the veil. That will be the opening to Veilguard. It's like, ah shit, I was opening the veil. No one was guarding the veil. There was no veil guard. Here I am. We'll see. When the game comes out, I'll try and give you a here's what you need to know.
Are you sure?
Hey, Bull, let's talk about what happened.
You wanted to see me?
Oh. Fucking assassins!
Bull!
I got it!
Gotta love a religion that tries to murder anyone who's no longer part of the
All
religion.
over the ground, though, so...
It's very Scientology.
Sorry, boss.
Oh,
I
you're
thought I
no
would
longer a
be back.
Scientologist.
Guess I'm not even worth sending professionals
You
for.
might need to be vanished.
You knew the assassins were coming.
Little change in the guard rotation tipped me off.
Why didn't you tell me ahead of time?
You go through years of Ben Hasrith training to hide facial expressions when I wasn't looking? See? Like that. If I'd warned you with the guards, the assassins would have been tipped off.
Are you all right?
Fine. Hurt myself worse than this fooling around in bed.
What if they used poison?
Oh, they definitely used poison. Sarcomec, liquid form. If I hadn't been dosing myself with the antidote, I'd be going crazy and puking my guts up right now. As it is, it stings like shit. But that's
Look,
about it.
I'm like 90% women, like, okay, I'm gonna go higher, like 98% attracted to women. There's like 2% of the time that I'm like, men, sometimes hot. There's something about Iron Bull, like, there's moments like this where I'm like, the way he's just like, shakes off an assassination attempt, I'm like, yeah. He's not usually my type of man. Usually my type of man is a lot more feminine. Usually I'm very, like, sure that's a man, but, like, in technicality only. And then occasionally I'm just like, oh, hello, sir. Yeah.
Are you interested in getting some payback?
Against who? The entire Ben Hasrith? Besides, this wasn't serious.
It had to be seen to be
Sending
doing
two guys
something.
with blades against me? That's not a hit. That's a formality. Just making it clear that I'm Talvashoth.
Yeah.
Talva fucking Shoth.
You acted like a Talvishoth for years. That didn't change you. Neither does this.
That was just a role. This is my life. As one of those. I've
Like
killed
me.
hundreds of Talvashoth in Saharan. Bandits, murderers, bastards who turned their back on the Qun. And now I'm one of them.
Bullshit. You're a good man.
Without the Qun to live by.
Hey, you're a good man. If the Ben Hasrath
Yes,
don't see that,
apostasy
it's their loss.
is, sure is a thing.
Anyway, I'll get this cleaned up and let Red know what happened. Boss, whatever I miss, whatever I regret, this is where I want to be. Whenever you need an ass kicked, the Iron Bull is with
Yeah,
you.
because here's the thing that's happening to Iron Bull right now is I was in a religion that told me that anyone who left the religion was bad, to the degree that, like, I made my job as the Iron Bull, killing people who deserted the religion. Like, he's talked about, like, our character being like, well, yeah, but you're one of the good ones. Like, most of you Talvishoth are evil. And now he has to wrestle with, I, a good person who did the right thing for the right reason, am labelled with that label. Maybe some of the other people who were labelled with that label weren't so bad either, and I have to wrestle with that. Like, I get that that's a hard re-examination of self to have to do. It's interesting. I like this arc for Bull, and I'm gonna see if he's got anything else to say, and then we're gonna go find more companion quests to do.
What do you need?
Yes, oops, you're the slightly wrong type of religion is a real bastard. Oh, you got another fancy cutscene for us, Bull. Oh, is this?
So, listen, I've caught the hints. I get what you're saying. You want to ride the bull. Can't say I blame you, but I'm not sure you know what you're asking. Not sure if you're ready for it.
Oh, I love how forward he is. And that he's taller than my very tall character. Teehee. Sarah says, that's why I think this is the better path for Bull. I would only do the other way if I wanted to make the worst world state possible. Yeah, like, there are some times where, like, as I say, there are some times where I will do the thing that, like, personally hurts me and maybe hurts one of my companions, because I think it is the better thing for the world state and, like, the more rewarding thing for the character. Like, I've made my thoughts clear on, like, leaving Hawk behind in the Fade. I think that in that case it was, like, it got us a much-needed resource for the Inquisition. Varric, who was going to be hurt by it, like, we could talk through with. It was a closure for Hawk as an ending. But this is one of those where I'm like, the world will be a fundamentally worse place if I make this man be complicit in the death of all his entire found family. Like, that's not gonna be good. Okay, I think this is where I get sent to do dragon slaying quest. I gotta do a sex quest for him. He has a sex quest.
Oh, I'm ready for it.
See, you say that, but you really don't know what that means.
So why don't you show me?
Last chance.
Can I just say, I love the writing of this. Because, like, for such a, like, dominantly written character, Iron Bull is repeatedly seeking enthusiastic consent here. He is like, I am giving you multiple opportunities to go, you know, this is, actually, I'm not sure about this. He is seeking enthusiastic, ongoing consent, and I like that in a character. I respect that in a character that could easily have been written to sort of steamroll this situation. Also, thank you very much for the sub, Saga Genesis. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Won't you please stay?
Like, he does the arm pinning up against the wall, but he asks,
Is
are you
Inquisitor
sure you
inside?
want this? Are you sure you
I
want
have
this?
some
Like, twice
information that
before
maybe-
he does that, and then he asks
No.
again, are you sure you're
Let
into
her
this?
rest.
Because, like, the pinning the hands up could be, like, a situation where it's like, hey, are you really in a position to be able to, like, give proper consent in that case? But he asks twice before doing that. Like, he's escalating and checking. This situation has escalated, are you sure you're still into it? And I'm like, that's good modeling of consent. That really is a fucking bed to be fucking in. Right. Well, I gotta go back and chat to him because I'm pretty sure he has a fuck quest. We got a relationship quest to do. I don't think I ever defeated that dragon in the hinterlands, because if not, that's definitely gonna be the easiest one to go do. Alright, where am I? I am here. Nope, that's fine. Yeah, I'm ignoring every other character I could be talking to right now. I gotta go see how my fuck buddy's doing. That was good, but would you like me to make you some kind of trinket involving some dragon materials to, like, seal the deal, sir?
Pleasure as always, boss.
I'd like to talk in private.
All right. What's going on, boss?
We need to talk about what happened between us.
Oh, that. Sure. What's on your mind?
I want to go again. Yeah, sorry, one sec.
You are. And I'd like you on the rest of me, too.
I thought I read you right. Ben Hasrath training, remember? Grew up learning to manipulate people. When it's a hostile target, you give them what they want. But when it's someone you care about, you give them what they need.
You know what? Let's explore this. I think this is the most interesting question here, because, like, a couple of the points here have sort of implied like a dom sub mechanic mechanism to how this relationship has started, and I think, like, that's portrayed with the hands held up. Like, are you sure this is what you want? You're not my master / I do have limits, though, I think are both. How does this work, I think, is getting at the same point. It's the... Is this dynamic going to be something kind of specific? But I think I have limits, though, is a really healthy place to start that kind of dom-sub conversation.
We're going to need to establish some rules.
Outside this room, nothing changes. You're the Inquisitor. You're the boss.
Yeah, particularly...
I will never hurt you without your permission. You will always be safe. If you're ever uncomfortable, if you ever want me to stop, you say Kato.
This is so good.
No questions asked.
This is so good. This is part of why I wanted to do... If I was going to do one romance on stream, I wanted it to be this one. As soon as your Inquisitor says, like, hey, we maybe need some limits in place for this, Iron Bull, first of all, preempts and, like, he very clearly understands the dynamic at hand, which is, hey, Inquisitor, if this relationship is going to continue in this direction it's going, with you maybe being a little bit of a sub, I understand that could make being my boss and the leader outside of this relationship difficult. I understand that. I will preemptively say, you know, that this dynamic doesn't change our dynamic outside of this room. I'm like, cool, that is a good recognition of, like, the situation. That feels like it's born out of... How do I put this? I'm not surprised that a character in a position like the Inquisitor would end up in a relationship like this, in as much as a lot of relationship placed on one person. This is now a relationship where you can give up some of that to someone else. I like that Bull, like, recognizes a lot of these dynamics and goes, I get it. It is in this room, and then outside of this room, like, that power reverts. I will never hurt you without your permission. Great thing to, like, healthy way to open that up. He preemptively comes in with, let's establish a safe word. If you're ever uncomfortable, Just say the word, it's over, no questions asked. I like that before, this is happening before any conversation of, like, what a dom sub mechanic between these two would look like. He hasn't started with, I'll be in charge of this, you'll need permission for that. He's started with, no matter what, no questions asked, at any time, you can just time out and it times out, and you don't need to explain yourself. Like, these are all really fucking healthy ways for someone to approach a dynamic like this, and I think that's real interesting. Darkwing in the YouTube chat says, I wonder if he'd had experiences where that wasn't clear, so now he makes sure consent is clear and enthusiastic. I imagine so. I have no proof for this, but, like, my headcanon for Iron Bull has always been, he's had relationships like this before, but the need to establish consent was very different, because he's usually the one in control of situations. He's usually, like, the leader of his band of people. I imagine his attitude to consent was probably born out of, I have an inherent position of power and authority over you outside of a relationship. Adding a dom sub mechanic on top of that might make it hard for you to... It might blur those lines, it might make it hard for you to, like, stand up to me in a professional context outside of the relationship. I have to be really fucking careful as your boss to be incredibly fucking clear about consent going in. Like, that's my assumption, is that the dynamic and the reasoning was different, but that's probably, like, that's a very reasonable explanation of where Iron Bull being so, like, establish enthusiastic consent, have a get out from the start, like, really establish that comes from. But again, you can, like, even before we had this conversation, like, you can see it in the way that, like, he asks twice, are you sure you want this? Are you sure, you know, you're okay with me taking charge a bit? I'm gonna do one physical action of taking charge a bit. Are you sure you're still okay with this? Like, I'm sort of putting out here what this... a little bit of what this will be. Like, he really recognizes reiterate, check in, establish up front where the boundaries of that relationship end, have a get out card right from the start. Like, this is a really fucking healthy depiction. It's pretty fucking good.
It's a little unnerving that you have this down to a system.
No, it's not
Systems are
unnerving.
comfortable. And my goal is for you to get very comfortable.
Right? Look, for all my problems I have with Iron Bull, and, like, while he's part of the Kyun, his problems with Tal Vashoth and his, like, dismissal of Tal Vashoth and his sort of slightly, maybe a little pro-slavery-ish views, like, you get into this conversation and I'm like, this is instantly one of the most interesting relationship parts in this game.
Take me.
Can do.
And, like, I think it's notable. And again, part of this is just mechanics of the video game. But also, he's never initiating. He's always waiting for you to request, and he's going, cool, that is a verbal thumbs up I've received, sure, let's do this. Like, it is a very... It understands something very healthy to understand about those kind of relationships, which is the person submitting is ultimately the person in control of that relationship, in as much as that is the person who is in a very vulnerable position, and as such, their comfort needs to be assured, their boundaries need to be respected. There needs to be a degree of, hey, if you're gonna give up a degree of control, that has to be done in a way that's okay for you. Dave Muse says, I was so gutted. I played this on PS3, I think, and it was basically bugged in one area, so I couldn't progress, never got to the romance parts. Well, you can enjoy at least this romance path vicariously through me.
Hey,
I'd like to talk about you and me.
sure, boss. What's up?
Do you have some free time?
For you, always.
Doing a kiss? We can't just kiss. We gotta hit each other a little bit first. Just, Okay, now we can kiss. Yes, I think at some point he comes to us, and that's when the Dragon Quest happens. We got time before Dragon Quest.
What can I do for you?
I'd like to talk about you and me.
Sure, boss. What's up?
You said I need this. Yeah, this is a really interesting line of questioning.
This is what I needed. What did you mean by that?
You're the Inquisitor. You didn't ask for the job, but you've taken on the responsibility.
Yep.
You've got thousands of lives riding on your decisions. You bear that weight all day. You need a place where you can be safe, knowing someone else is in charge for a bit.
This is what I was saying. Like, Iron Bull's understanding of the dynamics here is really interesting. In that, the way he puts this is like, there's no judgment. There's no, like, there's nothing critical about the way he brings it up. He's just like, no, I got the vibe that as someone that had a lot of pressure put on you that you didn't ask for, you might just want a situation where big, strong arms can go, hey, I take the lead, you don't have to think for a bit. I'm like, that is a very self-aware way to think.
I think that's exactly what I need.
Good. Figured you'd have kicked me out if you disagreed.
What about what you need?
I'm good. I'm better than good. You don't need to trouble yourself on that front. Old Iron Bull is just fine.
Those times you talked about passing time with the serving girls? Is this what you do to them?
The serving girls spend most of their day following orders and feeling unimportant. They need someone who makes them feel special. Lets them cut loose with no repercussions. I let them bounce on top and tell them their tits look nice. Everybody wins. I mean, I used to. As long as we're doing this,
and again, this is the thing. I like that Bull is... He's represented relationship-wise, not as someone who's like, I'm looking for someone to dom. He's presented as someone who's like, I am very aware of social dynamics, and what I want is a relationship that is gonna be fulfilling for the person I'm in it with, and that is gonna mean different things for different people. Like, that's the thing I find really interesting, because so many times when you see characters in media portrayed as like a bit dommy in the bedroom, it's usually like, I like having power and I'm only interested in relationships where I can have power. And like, it's nice to be like, nah, you know, there are people have different lives and they need different things out of a relationship, and I got different things to give. I'm like, he's interesting. He is an interesting romance.
So what is this?
That's up to you, boss. If you wanted light and casual, that's fine with me.
How do Canari show that they're serious about a relationship?
They don't. We don't have sex for love. But for someone we really care about, there is an old tradition.
This is it.
You find a dragon's tooth, break it in half, and you each wear a piece. Then, no matter how far apart life takes you, you're always together.
See you later.
Nice talk.
Can I go kill that dragon? What level am I right now? 17? 18. It's a level 12 dragon. I should be able to kill it. I suck at combat in this game, so I don't know if I actually can, but we'll... You know what? There are other, like, character side quests we could be doing right now, but... I'm gonna go kill that dragon for him. Yep. This game sure does love to change, character card artwork to reflect changing states of being. You want to slay the dragon so Bull can slay the dragon, right? The BT says, still think Freddie Prinze Jr. is the perfect voice for him too. It's a very effective voice choice. I cannot fault the vocal performance. I don't remember if Freddie Prinze Jr. has been in any way controversial, so I say this without having done a Google and whatnot. Purely as a voice talent, I think a very talented voice talent.
Inquisitor.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
Looks like dragon territory. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yes, the other tarot art for him is him marching in perfect formation with the other Canary. Yeah. Yeah, there was no way I was not gonna do this route. We'll worry about the fate of the Inquisition later. Actually, I'll put it this way: the way I generally speaking play BioWare RPGs is fuck the state of the overall quest. If I can't be there for the people in my little found family, then what am I doing this for? To a degree. To a degree, if I can't do what's right for the members of my found family, then what are those sacrifices for? Oh, I did watch, I saw the TV Glow a second time this past weekend. Gosh, that film, gosh, that film, gosh, that film. Yeah, like, there's a couple of choices I will probably make during this playthrough that there will be people in chat who'll go, oh my god, I can't believe you made that choice. I could never make that choice. And I'm like, well, you know, I'll let you know my reasons. You know, sometimes I just think a choice is the interesting choice. But also, generally speaking, I gotta save my besties. That's gotta come first. Hey, Thimba, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You know what I did actually that I haven't talked about that's cool? I received yesterday, I got sent a parcel. I wasn't sure what it was. I got sent it at the weekend, opened it up. It was the Deku Tree Lego set that's just come out. I happened to receive the Deku Tree Lego set. A set I would not have gone and bought myself, but to become into possession of it, I sure would like that. So I did spend a good chunk of the weekend with Jane building Zelda Lego Deku Tree and the little tree house from Ocarina of Time and the Master Sword pedestal from Breath of the Wild and all the little minifigs and making a little Zelda diorama. Oh, Deku Tree, I like my hero. Oh, good night, Artisanth. Right, let's try and do this. I do this today. Is today the day I take down this fucking dragon?
Look at that! That is magnificent!
get under here. Make myself hard to reach. So that dragon comes out. There you are. Beyblade my way into victory. Tangent. I think Bull betraying you if you let Krem die is a good example of a game letting you make a choice and having a really bad consequence for it. You can let Iron Bull's good trans friend die for his religion, but doing so will cause him to no longer care about anything else and it will just bite you in the ass later. Yeah, this is sort of what I was saying when, like, the game presents those options to, like, be transphobic and then doesn't do any, like, criticize you for it. Like, I would respect if the game gave you the option to be transphobic and then was like, no, Iron Bull just isn't gonna fucking fuck with you anymore because you were transphobic to his cool trans friend. Like, you gotta have consequences, and that is a really good opportunity for consequences, you know. I gotta scroll that down. Okay, who's down? Solus, let's get you back up. Okay, we're at the 50% mark. I'm pretty sure we're... Okay, we're not quite out of healing items, but we're pretty damn low. Okay, get under some cover. Okay, yeah, he's up there. Yeah, Barrier is such a needed spell in this game, but I don't have it right now, so we're just gonna fucking go for it and see how do. Okay, this is you calling in the little aggro, the little mini summons, isn't it? Yeah, so we can take you out nice and quick. Another one there. Yeah, look, usually when I'm doing this, I spend forever agonizing over the upgrade tree and, like, trying to be optimal about it. But I was like, on stream, I don't want to sit here doing maths and trying to remember what's important and looking up spreadsheets. I was just like, I'm just gonna wing it and see how bad could it be? Apparently quite bad, but, you know, we're working with it. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna beat this game with a completely unoptimized warrior build, and it'll be great. Okay, come on. Unstun. Unstun. Okay, I am keeping my armor up pretty well. That's good. That's a start. That's the main thing. If I can keep my armor up, I can keep everyone else getting rezzed. Oh, it's this fucking moment in the fight where it always gets... I always get mildly overwhelmed and start losing control of the fight. Up you get, Varric. Okay, okay, we got through. That's usually my choke point. Okay, run to the side. Are you gonna land? You're gonna land up there again, aren't you? Let's hide under here. Okay, okay. We have a heal left amongst the group. Oh, it's that one. Oh, we actually can come up and get you at this one. This is one of the few roosts where we can actually come up and fight you, isn't it? Oh. Come on. Don't just fly down by the time we get there. Okay, who's down? It's Solus, of course it's Solus. Squishy, squishy Solus. Oh. We might actually manage it maybe this time? Okay, Solus, up you get, you bastard. Yeah. Aggro on me, aggro on me. You can't be down to low fucking health already against Solus. Oh, and Varric, you're down too. Okay. Varric, up you get. I'm not done with you yet. Actually. Keep myself armored. If I'm armored, I can get everyone back up. I have to just not get too distracted being a Beyblade. To remember to res everyone when they need it. Ah, there we go.
Is everyone all right?
Never better. See the way everything lit up when it tried to fry us. Now that is a fight.
Okay, I gotta throw some crap out of my inventory that I don't need. Generic amulets of power. Can't take that dragon, guess it's not your rage after all. Exactly. Am I still over full? How am I still over full? I threw shit out my pockets. Gotta get 3 more. Gotta get rid of 3 more fucking things. Yeah, materials don't count. It does appear. Just. Do you have any plans to win the next game when you finish Inquisition? Really depends on how long this playthrough ends up taking me. I've got a bunch of small stuff I want to stream. I am probably going to stream some of Astrobot on Thursday this week as like a daytime stream, possibly, depending on how my work schedule shakes out. I would really like to do a playthrough of Echoes of Wisdom on stream, the Zelda game that's coming out at the end of September. I would like to imagine that I might have finished this by then. We'll see. Like, what I kind of want to do is I want to finish Dragon Age just in time for Echoes of Wisdom, do a full playthrough of Echoes of Wisdom, hopefully have that done by, like, mid-October, and then I've got some plans for, like, mid-October, like, the 2 weeks at the end of October, I think I have a plan for, and then going into Veilguard. So I think that's the rough plan, is if I finish Dragon Age in the next month, Echoes of Wisdom for, like, 2 weeks, mystery thing for a couple of weeks. Yeah, we'll see. I might have a mystery thing planned in mid to late October, and then going into Veilguard like end of October, start of November. Now you can all speculate about what mystery thing I might stream for a couple of weeks in mid-October. What could it be? I'll never tell. I mean, I'll eventually tell, because I'll want you to watch the streams, you see. I would like to find time at some point to do a single one-off 1 hour and a half-ish stream of the demo for All Will Rise, which was my favourite game I saw out at Gamescom. I talked about it on Inquisition recently. Control Alt Access, Queer and Pleasant Strangers. I've been
Something wrong.
I've been hyping this game up, and I'm hoping to get access to the Gamescom demo or a cleaned up version of the Gamescom demo from the devs sometime soon to do a one-off stream off. That'd be cool. Nimba says, I hope you don't pull off a Warren on us, Laura. What is pulling off a Warren?
Something in his manner troubles me.
The baker with the squint and the red nose? Yeah, spy. Probably Venatori.
Why do you say that?
He watched all of us. A normal guy would focus on you because staff, or me because horns. He had a dagger up his sleeve, which no baker needs, and the knot on his apron was tied to Vinta style. I sent a message to Red.
Oh.
You are more observant.
Is that the person who wrote about Deadlock for The Verge?
Than you appear.
The good spies usually are.
Okay. So what you're saying is you hope I don't stream Deadlock in mid-October. Is that the gist? Yeah, like, I don't know if mid-October will work out, but I would like... I think it would... I have a plan for what mid-October stream will be if everything works out how I think it's going to. I don't know if it'll take 2 weeks, but... it's gonna be a thing I focus on for like 2 weeks. So I'm hoping that can translate into a couple of weeks of streaming. I mean, typing's hard sometimes. It's all good. That's all good. So if I go to requisitions table, can I now necklace of the Kadan? Is there a name for when you struggle to type? Depends why you're struggling to type, I guess. Like, for me, it's poor coordination and dyspraxia, but you know, that's not a universal answer. Right, so let's go to Skyhold. Let's level up the relationship. Today is just the how much can we romance Iron Bull day. Today is the romancing Iron Bull stream. Yeah, dyspraxia is one of the things I have. It is, poor hand-eye coordination, proprioception. Like, I struggle with where my body is in space and making my body do what my brain tells it to do. I am poorly coordinated. I got diagnosed with clumsy fucker as a child, is the basic. That's why I struggle to type. Hey, Iron Bull, I killed a dragon for you.
Inquisitor, come, have a
Do you
drink.
find that sexy?
To killing a high dragon like warriors of legend.
I'm glad we brought him along for the dragon kill.
What exactly am I supposed to be drinking?
Maras Lok.
What does that mean?
It means drink.
Yeah, the dysgraphia too. Woo! Of course I'm drinking this. We took out a dragon together. Let's celebrate.
Ooh.
I know, right? Put some chest on your chest.
Put some chest on your chest.
That little gurgle right before it spat fire. And that roar. What I wouldn't give to roar like that. The way the ground shook when it landed. The smell of the fires burning.
I'm really glad we took him on the dragon kill with us.
Kunari hold dragons sacred. Well, as much as we hold anything sacred.
Yeah. Hence it being really interesting that Tash is a dragon hunter in Veilguard. What was that Canary phrase?
That thing you just said. You shouted it during the fight, too. What does it mean?
Oh, Tarsidathan Halsam. Closest translation would be, I will bring myself sexual pleasure later, while thinking about this with great respect.
You shouted that while it was breathing fire.
I know, right?
I like this a lot, because going and taking him to do the dragon kill with us means that, like, we're having this whole cutscene about killing the dragon, and then it'll be that dragon's tooth that we use to make, like, promise necklaces. And I think this is just really cute. Right.
Yes.
Exactly, why wouldn't you take him with you?
Most
But,
of the
you
nerves
know.
in your throat are dead after the first one. Atashi. The glorious ones. That's our word for them.
Tash is in the middle of this. The glorious ones. Yeah, the glorious ones as a thing to call for Canary to call dragons. I've seen a lot of people point to the fact that Tash's name is contained within this name for dragons, the glorious ones. And I think this is a very reasonable thing for people to go, yeah, I can see how that might be it. I've seen other competing Tash translations, but I will say I think this one is interesting in that it's brought up by Inquisition's Nari party member companion. Feels like that might be a sign for, like, hey, maybe it's significant to the naming of the one in the next game.
Why do you think the Kunari think of dragons that way?
Well, you know how we have horns. We kind of look more dragony than most people. Maybe it's that. But a few of the Ben Hasrath have this crazy old theory. See, the Tamasrans control who we mate with. They breed us for jobs like you'd breed dogs or horses. What if they mixed in some dragon a long time ago? Maybe drinking the blood, maybe magic, I don't know. But something in that dragon we killed spoke to me.
Yeah, and Tash's name may be translating to dragon, or some things that it could translate into maybe being aligned with dragon. It's like, yeah, that's super interesting.
It's a shame we had to kill the dragon.
Damn good fight. Dragons are the embodiment of raw power. But it's all uncontrolled. Savage. So, they need to be destroyed. Taming the wild. Order out of chaos. Have another drink.
Yeah, let's have another one. Not getting any fucking easier, is it?
Nice. To dragons.
He's gonna laugh through the pain on this one.
To the Iron Bull.
And his ass-kicking Inquisitor. Hey, Kadan, listen. I always want to say this, and I never can when we're off saving.
This is why you keep drinking. You're gonna get.
You've got fantastic tits.
No.
Oh, you've got to get like the kind of drunk where you're gonna get soppy drunk. And look, I can empathize with getting drunk enough to go, I just gotta tell you, your tits are fantastic. Sometimes you just gotta tell someone they got great tits. I'm glad we kept drinking.
Hey.
Hey, Bull. I made this
have
for
something
you.
For you.
Really? Well, I think I've got something for you too.
Have the breast.
Come on, I'll go first. There we go. No Inquisition, no war, nothing outside this room. Just you and me.
I like that he gets so soft and gentle when, like, the bravado vanishes when outside of this room.
Inquisitor, but our oh, sweet maker.
Cullen, how's it going?
Is the Inquisitor awake? I thought perhaps we... Oh.
I mean, the Inquisitor's at least dressed. You've at least not seen your boss nude. You've only seen... Well, I can explain. Colin, Josephine, I can explain. We were having a life drawing class. He's a very interesting subject. Yeah, it's the scene.
I'm so sorry.
I cannot move my legs.
Is something the matter? Ah!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Do you see this?
No.
So, I take it.
Actually, she's the one who's been taking it.
I apologize for interrupting what I assume was a momentary diversion.
Nothing wrong with having a bit of fun.
You don't have to be this shitty about it. Josephine, you are fascinated. Yeah, no way I'm saying it's just a fling. I'm not backing
More
down.
than just a momentary diversion, and Bull and I intend to continue.
I made
Is
a
that a problem?
little forever necklace out of dragon tooth
Not
for
so.
him.
A surprise, I'll admit, but not a problem.
Now,
We'll
you know
leave you be.
what this lesson this does teach?
Do enjoy yourself.
If you're gonna commit to a
You okay, boss?
like, particularly if you're gonna commit to like a dom sub relationship where you don't necessarily want your like your co-workers to know, hey, the boss bit of a sub. This is the one place I will criticize Bull on being a dom is get a fucking lock for your door so that, you know, when you say, as the scene started, nothing, no Inquisition, no responsibilities, nothing exists outside this room, that you can fucking commit to that. You have the responsibility as the Dom to fucking make sure that that can be relied upon, and that the sub can rely on, I can trust that it's okay to let my guard down in here. Dara says, you see, the Iron Bull had an allergic reaction to his clothes, so I offered to help. Then I noticed a patch of his got hard, and I thought I should stop to help him out. Ah. Oh, it's our bedroom? Okay, well, then we should have got a fucking lock on the door.
But since we have a moment,
What's that?
the dragon's tooth, split in two.
We should
So
have
no matter how far apart
got a
life
lock
takes
to
us,
stop us getting
we're
assassinated, at
always
least.
together.
Not often people surprise me, Kadam.
Put a fucking tie on the doorknob.
Kadam. My heart.
Kadan.
I like Iron Bull so much more once you start the romance. Once you start the romance quest with him, he becomes so much easier of a character to be like, yeah, no, his positives outweigh his negatives. He's a good egg. He gets his act together when you start to smooch him.
Very well. Thank you.
Our heroes rode winding roads, defiant of the vile. Uncertain.
I don't think it was our bedroom. I think it was just a room upstairs in the bar.
A man.
Okay, are we finally done with?
Hey,
I'd like to talk.
sure, boss. What's up?
No, okay, we're good. Romance acquired.
So, you and the chief, huh? Good for you.
News spreads
The
fast.
big idiot makes you happy.
We'll talk later.
Okay, men, is it gay to romance women? Of course it is. Dating women is the gayest thing ever. Look, as a gay woman myself, I do think it's pretty gay to date women.
Knew you couldn't stay away.
I have to go.
Now to go talk to everyone and see what they have to say about this relationship, because everyone has opinions, particularly, I imagine, the people...
you need?
No, you walked in on us and you have nothing to say. Okay. Fair. Well, I guess we'll leave it there. For some reason, I'm going to go chat to Varric. I have a gut feeling that Varric might have something going on, but other than that, I guess it's time to do more side questy stuff.
If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
Carry on.
Okay, yeah, I think it's about time for us to go. Let's just check. Any more? No, no more sitting on the throne. I'm sure Solus probably has something passive-aggressive to say. You know what? Let's find out. Let's find out if Solus has a passive-aggressive comment for us. Hey, Solus.
How can I help?
Nope, Solus got nothing on this one. Literally no one but Krem acknowledges that it happened. Probably for the best. Alright, so where were we? We were looking at Storm Coast. Red Templar. Right, so there was some Darkspawn here. Yeah, let's start doing the Darkstorm quest and work our way along. Also, again, I forgot to do my German before the stream started, so at some point in the stream today, we are going to do some German. This is just going to be a semi-regular part of the streams now, where I forget that I'm supposed to... the first 2 weeks, I got into my head, German just needs to be done before midnight, and now it's like, no, it's got to be done before stream. I gotta I've got to get my German done. Otherwise I will have to inflict on everyone else learning German.
Darkspawn above ground. Just what we needed. Kirkwall was filled with refugees during the Blight, trying to flee the chaos back in Ferelden.
Yes, but where are those Darkspawn? You're talking about them as if I can see them. Barrick. Oh, there's a red arrow this way. Yeah, das ist gut. Klein Dusch ist gut. Sehr gut.
Not even a challenge.
Does it say anything about where these... Surfacing on the storm coast, through tunnels. There should be a tunnel, and I gotta find it and block it. Cave to the east. This cave? Sort of north, but could be the one, yeah.
Ah, good times.
Oh, just don't go far enough around this way. Yeah, here. Is it here? I'm not convinced this is it.
Perhaps if I made an attempt.
Oh, no it is. Okay. Just have to go in the back and put a rock in. I was assuming I would see some Darkspawn on the way to sealing the Darkspawn cave, was my thought. I was looking for Darkspawn, whereas I should have just been looking for a cave. Okay, where are we going next? This way. Actually, yeah, let's do this and then just walk along the coast. That's the best way to do this. We'll get to this second cave and then I'm gonna learn a bit of German. See how I German today. Du hattest Blackwall Kaffen sollen, gegen die Darkspawn zu kämpfen. I know some of those words. Some of them I don't need to know German to know. Actually, do I have a... there are some caves already located here. It's probably one of those. Just keep along the coast. Oh, it's going to be the ones with the sort of spider web on them, isn't it? Yeah, okay. That's good. That's easy. That's recognizable. That's something we can use as a tell. skittering sound. Ugh. Oh, is there not a closable... in here?
That was fun.
Do Indigo Solus. Lock up the whole Indigo Solus. Okay, let's get out of the cave. And it's German time. Time for a short couple of minutes of education. So let's just get a sense. Where are we heading next? Somewhere around there, which would be somewhere near here. It's time for German. Welcome to Laura Learns German 3 minutes at a time while on stream. Today, what is our lesson about? Tap the matching pairs.
Bitte.
Bitte, please.
Kaffee.
Cafe, coffee.
Und.
Und is and.
Hallo.
Hello, hello. No is nein.
Ja.
Yeah, yes.
Bier.
Beer is beer.
Hallo.
Hello, hello.
Brot.
Broad, bread. Cafe, coffee.
Kaffee.
Milk, Milch.
Milch.
Kaffee und Milch.
Coffee and, milk. I was gonna say coffee and tea. No, that's my brain auto-completing and not paying attention. Beer.
Bier. Ja oder nein?
Yes or no? Ja oder nein?
Tee und Wein. Bitte.
Tea and wine, please. Tea and wine, please.
Bier oder Wasser?
Beer or water? It's a very German question to ask. Beer or water?
Kaffee und Milch. Bitte. Kaffee und Milch.
Coffee and milk,
Bitte.
please. Coffee and milk, please. Nein.
Nein. Bier oder Wein.
Beer or wine? Beer oder wine? Oh, nine.
Nein.
Wine and water, please. Wasser. Oh. It was asking me for the please. Wasser bitte. I saw the water, didn't pay attention to the please. Milch. M-I-L-C-H. Yes. Kaffee und Milch, please. Kaffee und Milch. Bitte. I can spell those words. Coffee and milk, please. Kaffee und Milch, bitte. Yeah. I've done 2 weeks of German. God, is it already 2 weeks since I was in Germany? I'm pretty sure I was in Germany when I started learning German. Gosh, it does not feel like it's been 2 weeks since Gamescom was happening. Gosh. I don't like that. The passage of time. The passage of time. No, thank you. Oh, you're on my side. Okay. As you were, men. As you were.
Not even a...
The BT's putting in a prediction for the mystery latter half of October stream. It's a Pokemon German Nuzlocke. Yes, you got it in one. How did you know? Ooh, that could be a cave, and it's in the correct range. There's a Hurlock Alpha outside. Tells me this might be the right spot. Spin to win, exactly. Why would I do anything other than be a Beyblade? That's tunnel 3. Terra says, the Mystery October stream is a stream where Laura joins the Leopard Eating Faces party and starts to support the new Labour government because she's now liberal scum. You know, I was gonna make a joke about, like, something Labour government that I'm like, ah, yes, well, I really was won over by blank. And I'm like, nope, even as a joke, I can't think of anything Labour has done that would make me willing to joke I'm supporting them. A Hurlock is a Nuzlocke, but for lesbian dating. I love it. Please, yes. Red water is there. The last Darkspawn one is just over here for some reason. Okay, so if we go down and back up this way, we should be able to get there. Let's finish that, and then let's go do the Red Lyrium quest. We're gonna get everyone being happy little companions so that we can go bash through the main quest over the next few weeks. Finish this game out. Be done with it in plenty of time for, Actually, you know what else is a game I want to stream? I want to stream some What the Car when it's out, which I believe is real soon. I keep remembering, there's a bunch of, like, little stuff that's is either coming out or has come out or is right around now that I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't...
You're a free man, tell the shop.
I didn't get around to playing... I want to play it on stream. I'm going to have, like, a backlog of small stuff to hopefully play if we have a little wiggle room between end of this and start of Echoes of Wisdom.
Living the life.
We'll see.
Unless you think I'm even more secretly a spy now.
I think you finally decided whether you care about your people or your people.
Something like that.
You made the right choice.
A snack mix of smaller games. Exactly, Jane. Because that's usually how I like doing stream. But then every now and then there'll be a game like this. There'll be a game like a Dragon, Infinite Worlds, where I'm just like, I would like this game to be my life for a while. So here we are. Also, I'm assuming that means there might be an accessibility thumbnail in my inbox. It looks like there is. That's a good choice of screenshot. Hooray! That's AA ready to go up probably a little early this week. I think it's going to be going up Thursday, I think is the plan, so look forward to an AA coming up later in the week. Yes, if you're still about Jane, we spent most of this stream today doing romance with a big man with horns, who is honestly an incredibly well-written, like, representation of, like, healthy male dom, written as, like, not any of the pitfalls that usually befall people trying to write man who is a bit dom. Yeah, Iron Bull. We Iron Bull romanced, and Iron Bull understands continual and repeated establishment of consent, understands the dynamics involved in, hey, I can see why a person thrust into a position of power they didn't ask for might want to be a little bit subby sometimes, but also, like, I understand how that's got to work with, like, your position. There's got to be a separation between the thing we do and, like, your work position. But also, before you've even asked, I'm going to establish safe words and be like, hey, you never have to explain if you use a safe word. I'm like, well done, Bull. You're a good lad. Yeah, Iron Bull is genuinely a very well-written depiction of, like, person who sees a dom-sub relationship might be the right path for a relationship, but is like, I have thought and thought and thought through all of the things about how to not make this a bad idea, and I'm like, that's nice to see. We killed a dragon together and made a necklace out of half of its tooth on each necklace. He got drunk and told me my tits were fantastic. It's been a fun stream. Oh, Jane. See, the difference is you don't have to be drunk to tell me that, Jane. He had to be at least a little drunk to go, oh, you know, tits are off it. Okay, right. Where's the hole we gotta plug? Here. Solus, come plug the hole for me. Hooray! We sealed all the tunnels. Now we can go do the Red Lyrium down on the coast. Have we got a... yeah, we got better places to warp to. I gotta work out how I get here, or remember if I can get here yet.
Nothing to report, sir.
Did you tell Solus to plug the hole in front of Iron Bull? Look, sometimes a hole needs plugging, and, you know, someone else is the right person for the job. I'm sure he understands. Bull, you're great. You just don't have that magical touch I'm in the need of right now. I'm gonna need to let this definitely not traitorous elf boy do some hole plugging. Oh, this is that door that I need a thing to open. Can I go through here? Yeah. Okay, it is open. Yeah. Where are we at? Okay, so if we follow this along, it should take us where we're going. This is the furthest this way we have gone. I believe that door was previously not accessible.
The Red Templars have dug in here.
All right, let's do it.
Are we fighting them? Is that what we're doing? We're probably fighting them, I imagine. Smack 'em up. Can't plant a landmark, we're fighting. Or not? Oh, this was break the thing? No, did I break it already? I might have broken it already. Oh, is this one where I have to go back to the... I'm gonna go back to the hold and do a quest on the war table to rebuild this bridge. Okay, back to Skyhold we go to try and find whatever quest it is to rebuild the bridge. To then run back, right back here. Inquisition, I love you, but you could stand to be a bit more streamlined. When I find a place where a thing needs doing, just let me pay the power cost to do the quest then and there. Don't make me run back to the war table. Did I talk to you, Josephine?
What? We've an interesting development, Inquisitor. A petition from citizens of Val Royal.
Ooh.
They wish to know what Andraste said to you in the Fade.
They think she spoke to me?
Even Leliana can't trace the rumor's origin. It may be expedient to respond to those asking for Andraste's words.
Tell these petitioners Andraste said she cares for us, always, as she walks by the Maker's side.
A fine sentiment. We will have it proclaimed in Val Royal.
Well, I've put words in the name of a deity. I put words in a deity's mouth. Hopefully that won't come back to bite us. I'm sure it'll be fine. Nothing wrong with putting words into a dead person's mouth. So it's gonna be somewhere near Ferelden.
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all. I will inform you if that changes.
Do. Is there not a quest that needs doing to go that way? Can I just run through the water? I guess we go back there and see if I can just run through the water. Maybe I was a fool. It sure looked like I needed to do a thing.
Nothing to report.
We are heading. Yeah. Darwin's mouth. One more sprint down. We'll see if we can make progress this way, and if not, I will save next to this river and work out off stream how to progress that way. And then that'll probably be where we start wrapping up for today. I can't imagine we're going to go that much further. And then tomorrow's Wednesday stream, we can be cracking on with doing the Red Lyrium stuff here. I'm really hoping by the end of this week we can have made a good dent in the companion side quests, because they are where a lot of the time sink is going to be, is making sure all our companions are as happy as can be, feeling all loved and supported, so that we can rely on them as things start to go a little bit sideways as we progress toward the end game. Woo! Have you respawned? Have you respawned? Oh, there's a path here. That's what's up. I got too laser focused on, I put a landmark down near a thing I can't seem to progress past, therefore it's probably the war table. Have more consistent tools for telling me what I need to do, game. Oh, level 18. Okay. Should just about be leveled right for this, but yeah, it's going to be a high-level set of encounters. BT says, do you think we get a Nintendo Direct this month? It would be breaking tradition for us to not get a September Nintendo Direct, and my gut instinct is the reason we got a double, like a partner direct and an indie direct packed together in August, is to get them out the way ahead of a September Nintendo Direct, which part of me wonders if this is the big direct. If this is the, hey, I'm not saying it's the Switch 2 Direct, but whether it's the, this is the last big batch of first-party news you're gonna get. Next time you hear from us, it's gonna be because it's time for the successor. Like, part of me wonders if this is gonna be their last, like, here's the next 6 months, here's like a, you know, Metroid Prime release date or whatever. Let's do this. Oh, do I need to be looting bodies until I find a key on one of you? Should one of you have dropped a key that I didn't pay attention to? Oh, don't let that be the case. Don't let there be a lootable key I've missed. This is not the other side of the door. I thought I'd cheated the system. I thought I'd dropped down the other side of the door, but I have not. But yes, I think we get a direct that's like, hey, Echoes of Wisdom is out. Here's the release dates for the stuff you know is
The
coming.
Templars had enough to deal with before this red lyrium crap.
Am I anywhere new right now? Maybe I'm going the right way. Ugh. Such a maze, this environment. Okay, we're getting some of the red lyrium.
Feel another of the elven artifacts.
Ah, those things you wanna touch for purely innocent reasons. Ugh. Stupid maze of a building. The red lyrium deposit I'm looking for is there, so I want to sort of U-turn down back on myself, around to the right. I'm trying to keep this place, the layout vaguely in mind. I want to be other side of that door, don't I? What is the name of the key I need? I'm just gonna look up the name of that key. Yeah, it's literally just the other side of this door. Red Templar key required. Where do we find the Red Templar key? It's dropped by killing Templars in the area. Check every loot they drop. Turns out I missed a loot the first time around. It just happened to be the one with the key. Oh, you entered the fortress cave. You passed 2 boats. Go back to the boats. There should be a lootable carcass. Okay. Let's try this again, right from the beginning, and remember to check all the fucking bodies this time, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so corpses by 2 boats, they might just be past this first area, I think. Welcome, raiders! Hello, everyone! Alright, let me check these bodies. Oh, there we go. Red Templar key. That'll be the key. Okay. I should have checked that rack of ribs.
I
Of
wonder what
course.
lies sunken beneath those waves.
Okay. So now I've got to remember where that door is. Time to test my pathfinding. Through here. Down and on the left is the door. And the thing we're looking for should be the other side of the door. Now I've got to remember how to do the rest of the progressing. Yes, I've got to remember how to get back to the other side of here. So. Travel up. Further this way. This is the bridge, so we were down there. To the right. Now, what are we looking for? We're looking for more primeval red lyrium on the way to a big fight. Hey, Behemoth. How bad can you be? You're nothing. You ain't shit. Yar is a galley.
Hold here.
Who knows how much of a company have they remained?
Seems like we are done with both of those two little bits of side quest. And if we need to come back here, we can fast travel. Okay. Those are done. Those are good. Let's check. I can't remember if those were Varric-related quests or not. But I'm going to go report in with Varric and see if he has opinions on them. Varric, I broke some lyrium for you. Is it good now? Did I break enough red lyrium for you?
I can spare some time. What do you need?
Carry on.
Man. Alright, let's work out what the next quest is going to be at least. Let's at least work out where we're going to be starting stream Wednesday. Bianca says Corypheus is getting his red lyrium from the Thaig Hawk. And the Thaig, Hawk, and Varric discovered years ago on their expedition to the deep roads under Kirkwall. It may be possible to reach it using an entrance to the deep road somewhere in the hinterlands. Okay, yeah, Varric's got a quest for us, and it's over here. Okay, we'll go get near to it, and then we can, like, really just jump into that quest. On Wednesday. I think we made good progress today. If nothing else, we established a good, healthy BDSM relationship with a big muscle man with horns. And I think there are far worse ways we could have spent a stream. I think that's a pretty productive one as things go. You know, there's other things, other quests to do to make other party members happy, but like, the rest of them can wait. We needed big strong boy. Big strong lad who was big and strong. The biggest priority of them all, very clearly. Has there been any remaining news today that I need to be aware of? Oh, you can no longer play Thatcher's Tech Base. You can no longer play the Doom mod where you shoot Margaret Thatcher. You can't play that in the Doom version that's on consoles with the mod store right now. Bethesda doesn't want you shooting Thatcher. Thatcher Milk Snatcher. Apparently, snatching the milk is not a good enough reason to be the target of a shooting game years after your death. Oh, you can still play the mod. You just have to play it like not through this new version of Doom. Just play it through any other version of Doom. Play the mod. But at least this current version of Doom is like, no, gotta be nice to Thatcher. All she did was steal all the children's milk. Don't be mean to the milk snatcher. How will she snatch milk if you're mean to her? Yeah. Right, I think this is where we're going to wrap up for today, so we can start on Varric's quest on Wednesday. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I will be back with another Dragon Age stream on Wednesday. Depending on how my day is going, maybe an Astrobot stream on Thursday, or this on Friday. There's going to be so many streams. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. I will be back again later in the week. Chat to you all soon.